Time's running out, Alabama. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Beast Bailey channel. We're a couple days away from the big game in Indianapolis. 2021/2022 College Football Playoff National Championship. This game is at 8 o'clock Monday night. Georgia and Alabama will be playing in the national championship. These two will be playing each other in their second national championship game for the second time in 4 years. Georgia's a 2.5-point favorite in the game, according to Las Vegas. I wouldn't have had Georgia as a favorite in the game. I just wouldn't. But do I think Georgia's going to win the game? I do. And let me dive into why. Why do I believe the Georgia Bulldogs will win their first national title in 41 long years? Well, sit back and open your ears to my speech I'm about to lay. So the first thing, the first factor that is going into this game is Georgia has an edge in the game going into this one versus Alabama. You might be wondering, how is that? Well, Georgia, and I said this since day one, since with the loss, if we ever were to get the rematch, Georgia would all have the edge over Alabama. Go back and watch the film. Go back and watch the film. You can see where you were out of place. You can see literally what Alabama did to you. And if you have a rematch, you have a chance to stop it. That's all you got to do. And that's the key. It's stopping it, executing, making good plays. You know, the defense Georgia played in the game, the first game, was a soft zone rush 3. And if you can't get to Bryce Young, then you're not going to have very much success in the game on defense, especially when your offense ain't helping you. So 2 and 2 go together. It's not rocket science. And so if you can't get to Bryce Young, game over, man. Game. Unless you're Cincinnati. Cincinnati really contained Bryce Young, like 190 passing yards. James Williams only had 60 yards. Sauce Gardner had that man locked. He only had 2 receptions for 60 yards. So Sauce Gardner had that man locked. But Kobe Bryant, he was getting torched. He's getting, probably bad choice of words. He was getting beat. So Kobe Bryant did. Kobe Bryant with a C. Torched. That don't sound too good. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. The film. You go back and look at the film. You can see how you're out of place. You can see that what we were running, the defense wise, it was no good. It was a no good defense. You can see it. And so you have that ability to fix it and go back to what we were running. Go back to the defense Georgia ran and the other the 13 games. And that includes the Michigan game. Go back to those games. 17 points was the max we allowed. 17 13 twice, 11. That's the most points we allowed. We played 2 teams ranked second this year, and they only scored a combined 14 points. So, played Clemson when they were second. I think they were third or second when we played Michigan. So, it's very possible for Georgia to win the game. So that's why I believe Georgia has an advantage in that area of the field. And Nick Saban knows it. He knows this is a rematch. I mean, he's not intellectual, so he knows that Kirby's probably going to think of some scheme he's going to run. I don't know, but I don't know. All I can say is on the defense side of the ball, get to Bryce Young, put him on the ground, consistently pressure him throughout the entire game, and play man to man. That's it. And have free safety. That's all you got to do. That's what you got to do. It's facts. Dan Jackson and William Poole. Look, I like Dan Jackson and William Poole. They're ball hawks. Okay, they are. But they don't need to be out there with Jameson Williams. They don't. So for Alabama, what's Alabama got to do? Alabama just has to do what they always been doing. Just throw the ball, make plays, execute. I mean, that's what Alabama's got to do. They just got to keep playing like they've been playing. And that is, Bryce Young has time to sit in the pocket. The offensive line make the holes for Brian Robertson. So that's just what they got to do. I think Georgia could look at, they might have looked at how Cincinnati played them and seen how their safeties and DBs played them. And they might try to mimic, they might try to bring that to it. I mean, because that was a really good performance for them, holding Jameson. Because that's what I'm worried about. That's the main thing is Jameson Williams. That is the main thing, truthfully, is Jameson Williams. But I'm sure there's another wide receiver, number 2. I can't think of his name, but he'll step up. He'll make catches. Do I feel like this game could end up being like the Michigan game? Like Georgia just dominates and slowly grinds them out for 60 minutes? It's possible. If Georgia plays pissed off enough, they might. But Georgia's offense is going to have to stay on the field for the majority of this game. Georgia's offense cannot stay on the sideline. Bryce Young needs to sit on the bench for about 30 minutes in this game. He needs to sit on the bench. And Stetson Bennett needs to be on the field. That would be my game plan. I'm not a coach, but if I'm coaching this game, I would tell Stetson, whatever you can do, extend the drive, and we need touchdowns every single time we go on the field. I'll call you the best plays we can run. We got Zamir White who can get 5 yards a carry. James Cook can get 6-7 yards a carry. Kendall Milton, he's back. He can get you some McKinney McIntosh. We can get you the yards. We can throw you some slants. Get you a slant to McConkey and get you a go route with Brock Bowers. We can get you a freaking deep route with George Pickens. We'll call you the right plays. We just need you to execute. And that is the thing, and I can't emphasize this enough. Execution, execution, execution. You got to execute in this game. So, and that's just what it is. For Georgia's offense, Stetson Bennett, no turnovers. He can't turn the ball over. No defensive touchdowns, no special teams touchdown. Same thing for Alabama. If Alabama turns the ball over twice, I think it might be bad for them. Especially if one of them's a touchdown, which would be nice, but it's probably not going to happen. But So it's just what it is. I mean, it's exciting. We're in the national championship. I actually ordered 2 shirts after the Orange Bowl. I ordered a national championship game bound shirt and an Orange Bowl champion shirt. When I ordered them, it said they wouldn't be delivered till January the 17th and the 21st. Well, the national championship game shirt came today, and so it looks really good. It's in yonder, but man, that shirt it's nice. So I'm glad it came, so I can wear it during the game. But if Georgia wins the Natty, I'm buying all the gear: shirt, hat, pants, socks, plaque. I'm buying it all, man. I'm getting ready to decorate. This is my Georgia room. Obviously, it's not decorated, but like I have so much stuff in the floor and the other 2 bedrooms. I have so much Georgia stuff that I can decorate half this room probably. Pretty much what we're gonna do is the pinstripes. Yes, I'd love to keep the pinstripes, but I'm taking them away, and we're gonna sand them down, and we're gonna paint it. It's gonna be a gray color. It's gonna be very similar to the Georgia gray. It's gonna be a lighter color than what's on here on the wall right now. But I wanted to get the room decorated before the game, but that's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, it's exciting. Georgia football national championship. But I do want to say one thing, and I want to see if anybody else feels this way, either Georgia or Alabama fan, either or. Doesn't this game feel like it has so much more meaning behind it than previous national titles? National championship games? Doesn't it feel like that? Doesn't it? I mean, Kirby Smart is 0-4 against Nick Saban. Not a very convincing record, 0-4. But this game is a rematch. Georgia was embarrassed in Atlanta a month ago. Nick Saban's team is an underdog again. Alabama's pissed off. They're the underdog. Georgia's pissed off because they were embarrassed by this team a month ago. Nick Saban stated Stetson Bennett can't beat him. Booger McFarland said Stetson Bennett can't beat Alabama either. There's just so much more meat to this story. Like, there's just so much more juice to this game. Like, there's a story behind this game. And I think this game is going to be an absolute war in the trenches. I think it will be. I think this game, if the offensive line and defensive lines, I believe those two departments for both teams, if any one of them lines has a bad game, I think the other team slightly has the edge. If Georgia can't get to Bryce Young, I don't see them winning unless we play a better zone defense and we can cover. But if they can't get to him, I don't know. If Alabama can get to Stetson Bennett and let him sit around and throw, it's gonna be hard on him. Stetson Bennett, he can make plays with his feet. He can extend drives. He can really hurt you on his legs. The Alabama offensive line, they got a block. Georgia's offensive line, they got a block. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm excited. I'm a Georgia fan, of course. Listen, all I've ever wanted as a Georgia fan was to win the national championship. That's all I want. I've been watching football since 2011. I watched bits and pieces in 2009 and 2010. But I've been steady watching football since 2011. one of the first big games I watched, the first big game I ever watched was the 2012 SEC Championship game. And if you're a Georgia fan, that was one of the most painful losses ever. That game, Georgia, because that was the national championship game. Because if Georgia had won, they would have done the same thing to Notre Dame. Georgia would have won the national championship. And that's why I've said Georgia should have 2 national titles in the last 10 years. 12 and 17, Georgia should have won the Natty. Those were 2 years Georgia should have won the Natty. 17 definitely, but they could have done it in 12. And I hope we do it, man. I really do, man. Y'all have no idea how bad I want to win this game, but am I confident in my team? Yes, I am, because it's a rematch. Now, if Georgia goes out here and does the exact same thing we did the first time we played them this year, or if we lose by 2 or 3 touchdowns or so, or 14 points or whatever, like let's say we lose 31-14, I need answers from the coaching staff, because when you lose to the same team twice in the same season, both times in blowouts, that's a coaching problem. That's not a player problem. That is a coaching problem. Because if you didn't look at the film, if you can't fix it, that's a coaching problem. So hopefully we see a different game plan, different game style. So, of course, I believe Georgia's going to win the game. I believe they're going to win the game. I believe it's going to be a tough fought game. Give me Georgia 27-24. Peace.